Lisbon area students discuss enrolling in college, attending trade school, enlisting in the military, and joining the workforce. That story on today's Daily Buzz.
Today's Business Journal Daily Buzz is brought to you by 717 Credit Union.
Throughout February and March, the Business Journal held several roundtable discussions with freshmen through seniors from several high schools in the area. The roundtables were held to gain a perspective on how young adults view the region as part of our Brain Gain program, which focuses on building a culture of entrepreneurship and promoting workforce development. The panels were moderated by Business Journal content manager Jeremy Leidick. All of the students were selected by the schools. The video you're about to watch has been slightly edited for time, but the subject matter and spirit of the discussion has not been altered. Today we hear from 12 students from David Anderson Junior-Senior High School who discuss their paths towards joining the workforce, whether it's college, the trades, or the military.
Brain Gain is sponsored by Sweeney Chevrolet Buick GMC, the Mahoning Valley Manufacturers Coalition, and the Moransky Companies. I guess just to kind of break the ice a little bit, we can raise our hands. Who is thinking of definitely going to college after high school? Pretty much everyone except two of you. So I'll start with you guys. Zane, why not college?
I want to go into the Air Force.
You want to go to the Air Force?
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, my family's got a pretty long line of history in the military. I've got many cousins who went into it, and they said it's a life-changing experience, and quite honestly, I just want something that's challenging. Mm-hmm. You know, this is kind of like a pre-college is the way I look at it, high school. I don't enjoy it very much. I don't like book work. I go out to the JVS. I like to work with my hands and do stuff, so I think that's better suited for me, is to go into the military.
And what do you do there?
I'm in the machine and manufacturing. So I do a lot of working with machining, and I do some welding and stuff out there, and just working with metals and whatnot.
Okay, so you like working with your hands, you prefer that. Do you do any, like inside the school here, do you do any STEM classes or anything like that available?
No, not right now, because I only have 4 classes when I come back from the Career Center, because I go half day there, and then I'd come back here at 11 o'clock on a regular day. But I've taken STEM classes here before.
Okay. What about after the Air Force? Or do you plan to make that a career?
I haven't quite decided yet. I've looked into the reserves and I've looked into full-time, and I'm leaning more towards reserves right now, going into the reserves and then eventually going to a PIA, because I want to do tactical aircraft maintenance, working on whatever aircraft they assign me to, and then eventually working on commercial aircraft, either out of maybe Pittsburgh or Akron or even Cleveland.
Okay, very good. Hunter, I want to jump to you. You didn't have your hand raised. Why not college?
I want to look more go into a trade like electrical or plumbing, because I like more hands-on learning, stuff like that.
Okay. And are you doing anything at the Career Center?
No, not yet. I can go next year, my junior year, and start going to the Career Center.
Okay. And is there any prep work you have to do ahead of time, like figuring out what classes you're going to take?
No, we did we went there and visited, and I liked their construction class because it had both electrical and plumbing work in that class, but as long as I keep my grades up, I should be able to go there.
Okay, gotcha. And what you want to do, plumbing and electrical?
Yeah.
That's pretty much real. Are you talking with any of the local trades at all? Any of the unions?
Oh yeah, so my dad is the electrical superintendent in Columbiana, and then my mom works for a plumber, so I've talked to both of them.
Okay, very good. So you're pretty much looking to jump right into work.
Yeah.
Right out of high school then.
Yep.
Okay. Do you plan to stay in the area?
Yes, I would like to stay local because this is where all my family is. So.
Okay, very good. Who's thinking they're going to be staying local whenever they graduate? Yeah, Addison, why?
I just have family here, and it's better to be with people that I'm comfortable with than going out in the world and just meeting new people, in my opinion.
Okay. What are you thinking of doing after high school?
I want to go into childhood education.
Okay. Where do you plan to study for that?
I was thinking Mount Union or like YSU, someplace local.
Okay, got you. And I'm going to jump down here. Jade, did you have your hand raised? Are you going to stay in the area or are you going to leave?
Yeah, I think I'm going to stay in the area just because I have family and most of my friends are staying here, so.
What do you want to do?
I want to go into nursing.
Okay. And where do you plan to study for that?
I want to go to the Career Center next year and then probably go to Kent-Salem or YSU for college.
Got you. Are you eyeballing any potential employers in this region?
No, not really. I haven't really looked.
No, just kind of trying to get through high school first,
Yeah.
huh? Okay. Who wasn't going to be sticking around the area? Aaron?
Yes.
Tell me why.
I think that there's more opportunities if you put yourself out there and look at all the different. You have to be able to move and look at the different opportunities so you can compare them and see what everywhere has to offer.
Okay, so just kind of get a bigger picture, a bigger,
Yeah,
broader picture.
yeah.
What do you want to do after high school?
I'd like to go into business.
Okay. So entrepreneurship or just MBA?
I'm looking at accounting
Okay.
because there's more. You can get a job anywhere.
You like working with numbers?
Yeah,
Okay. Where do you plan to study?
somewhere in Ohio. I haven't really decided yet.
Okay. I've heard that before. People are looking for opportunities. What sort of opportunities specifically would you be looking for that if it were in the Lisbon area you would consider staying?
Like a local summer internship sort of thing. I've been looking at 4 things like that, and I haven't seen those kinds of opportunities. But if they were available, I think that many people would consider them.
Okay, sort of like a job readiness or
Yeah,
career
yeah.
readiness opportunity. Okay, got you. How about you, Kara?
I've thought about going to college in Ohio, like YSU, but I've also been interested in moving to Pittsburgh even out of high school, like Carnegie Mellon, but it's really hard to get in there, and it costs a lot of money to go to college there.
What do you want to study?
Physics and astronomy.
Oh, what do you want to do?
I've looked into it. I've seen you can be a physicist, astronomer. I've liked astrophysics a lot, and I wanted to study physics and astronomy in college. YSU definitely offers that, and they have a wonderful STEM program and that I can get into. But I don't know. I've seen Carnegie Mellon, and they don't really they study astronomy, but they're more based into physics for their major, not really astronomy.
You mentioned STEM. Are you taking any STEM classes here?
No, I'd like to, but I don't know. I'm trying to take my electives because I'd like to graduate with honors.
Okay. Are there STEM programs available in the school district here?
Yes, I'd say so. We have a good STEM teacher.
Okay.
Definitely.
What are some things that you would like to maybe study through STEM? Anything particularly grabbing you?
Like a lot of mathematics, engineering, all that stuff. The 3D printing is really cool in STEM, I think. It's cool.
Okay, got you. You also mentioned cost.
Yeah. I
are
mean,
you, are you
my
researching
parents...
that at all? Are you researching that at all on how you're going to pay for it?
Yes, I research that, like the test scores and everything. My parents are really supportive. They want me to go wherever. They think bigger for me. They want me to definitely not stay local. They want me to go out of Ohio for the job I want, because there's not really a lot of opportunities for like astronomy here or physics. There's definitely a lot in Pittsburgh, a lot in Maryland, and I know there's a NASA in Cleveland that I can look into, but I'd rather not be in Cleveland. I'd rather go to like Pittsburgh or something. And they definitely pay a lot of money for me to go to college, but I definitely don't want to do that to them. I'd prefer a little cheaper, but if I get in, I'd definitely take the opportunity.
You said you like 3D printing, though. There's a lot of 3D printing opportunities, especially in the Youngstown area with some research and development organizations. Would something like that interest you?
It would, but I feel like physics and astronomy is more what I'd love to do, because I have like 2 telescopes, and I'd love just looking up at the sky. It's cool.
Gotcha. Okay. James, you're one of my freshmen, right?
Yes.
The idea of paying for, are you planning to go to college after high school?
Mostly I'm undecided. I really don't know what I'm going to be doing. I do have an interest in STEM and 3D printing and robotics. That's something that really interests me. But like I said, I am undecided. I don't know. Just depends.
What are you doing to pursue your interest?
For STEM, I'd probably say like 3D printing. I've been working on that, stuff like that.
Okay. Are you taking the classes here or anything like that?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think of it?
I do really love STEM. I think it's something that like you could make something and then you could use it to like, I would say that it could help you or could help others in any other way. Like prosthetics, something like that. I feel like that could help anyone.
Is it helping people important to you with a career?
Not anybody that I know of, but like I said, I could help.
Just generally speaking? Yeah?
Yeah, like anybody, like I said.
What would you need to maybe push you toward figuring out exactly what you want to do?
I would say maybe if I was still interested in robotics and 3D printing, I'd probably say go with STEM more. But like if I am undecided, I may get out of STEM, but more than likely I probably will still be interested in STEM because like I said, it helps people and I love doing it.
Talk to my seniors. Laura, you plan to go to college after high school?
Yeah, I'm going to Kent-Salem.
Okay. And why Kent-Salem? Why not the main campus?
Well, I live in Salem, so it's just easier to commute and it's cheaper. So I'd rather just go there. And my family's close. I'd like to be close to them, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned it's cheaper. Is cost a big factor for you?
Yeah, because I just live with my mom. She'll mostly be paying for it, so.
You guys are researching grants, scholarships, anything like that?
Yeah, I've applied for some scholarships and stuff, and I've looked into loans, so we'll definitely be thinking about that.
Yeah, the traditional route.
Yeah.
Does that concern you, knowing that there's a guy who's 40 years old talking to you who's still paying on his student loans?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be paying them back forever, but if that's what I have to do, then I'll do it.
What do you plan to do? What kind of career choices are you interested in?
I'm looking at insurance right now because I went to Kent-Salem to like talk to them, and it's in high demand right now for women especially, so I could get a job really easily out of that. And I don't know though, I might do some sort of social working or something because that's what my mom and sister do.
Okay.
But I don't know yet.
So it's between social work and insurance
Yeah.
work. And you're looking at the insurance work because there's job availability?
Yes.
Okay. Are you looking locally or abroad?
I don't know, whatever comes. If something local comes, I'd want to stay local because my family's here, but if the opportunity came to move to like Pittsburgh or Cleveland, I'd definitely do that too.
Is working insurance a dream job?
No, it's just, I don't know, I could make good money with it.
Okay. What is your, what would your dream job be?
I don't know.
Don't know?
Not having a job.
That's a good, honest answer. That works. Okay. What about you, Truman? Are you thinking about the different finances? Are you going to college after high school?
Yes.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on the finances?
I think I'll be all right.
You think you'll be all right?
Yeah.
Are you doing any research now, looking into ways that you'll be able to pay for it, like grants, scholarships, anything like that?
Yes. Yes. We've already applied for a few scholarships. We still have a list of paper things we got to go through and apply for. But that'll be taken care of relatively shortly.
Okay. And what do you plan to do in college? What do you look to study?
I have no idea yet.
No idea.
Been looking into engineering stuff, but I'm leaving it open. I'm interested in physics right now, so that might change.
Okay. What about a career center?
Not going to be doing that.
No? Going to college?
Yeah, I'm going to go to YSU. Oh. That's set in stone now. But it's just what I'm going there for. Not entirely sure yet.
Okay. What would you like to do after college?
Still not sure with that.
Still thinking about it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's fine. How about you, Cassie?
I'm going to YSU for dental hygiene.
Why that? Why?
I don't know. I've been interested in a bunch of different things for like all throughout like middle school and high school, and I just wanted to do something that I could definitely stay local and have a job, and like also like go anywhere and I would still be able to have a job. And also I don't want to go to like a ton of school. Like I don't want to have like debt like a lot. So I wanted to go to something that was like I would get a bachelor's degree, but I wouldn't have to go further than that. So.
Okay. And are you looking at potentially then staying local to work?
Yes, I would really like to do that because all my family is here, like everybody else has said. I feel like that's really important for everybody mostly. They want to stay with their family.
Okay. What's important to you in a job?
Probably like stability, like something that I'm not going to have to like worry about in the future if I would still be able to have a job, like something that's not going to get taken away by like furthering technology and stuff like that. So.
Okay, so the changing technological landscape, you're taking that into consideration when you're looking at different occupations. Mm-hmm. Okay, very cool. And are you looking into different dentistries around your area for internship opportunities or anything like that?
Not really yet. I mean, the dentist that I go to, like, I know that they have people from YSU that are dental hygienists that work there, mm-hmm. and they've said that I could come and like shadow somebody, so I'm thinking about doing that soon just to make sure that that's what I want to do.
Okay, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon, we haven't heard from you yet. Are you thinking of staying in the area, or are you thinking of leaving?
I think I want to stay in Ohio until like after college, but like once I have like college and I have all my degrees and everything, I think I want to leave state. I want to be warm, not like all the different weather every day.
We've had some pretty nice weather lately.
I mean, one day it's nice and warm, and then the next day it's snowing, so I think I just want to go somewhere where I know it's going to be warm.
Okay, I got you. What do you want to do?
I'm looking into pediatrics.
Pediatrics, health again, too. Okay. What is it about pediatrics that drives you?
Ever since I was really little, I wanted to be able to help somebody, and I have a bunch of little sisters, so I mean, like, being able to help them, and I'm good with kids, so I guess that kind of plays a big role in it.
Okay, is pediatrics something you've always wanted to do?
No. Whenever I was younger, I said I wanted to do psychology. So pediatrics, it was like in the last few years that pediatrics just kind of set in.
What happened that made you shift?
I think it's just psychology. I don't think I'm a hard person to talk to. It's just I'm not good at trying to fix other people's problems or helping them fix them. So if you're sick, I mean, that's one thing. Like there's, you can look in a book and see how to fix that, but mm-hmm. I don't think there's like really a book that tells you how to fix somebody who has depression or help them or anything. So.
Okay. Are you even thinking about the finances now as far as paying for college?
I've looked into it, but I think next year I'm going to start like looking more into it, looking for scholarships and grants and stuff for it. So.
How much of a concern is it to you? Have you talked to your parents about it?
I mean, it's a concern. It's definitely something we have to pay attention to, but I think even if I have to like pay off loans for a while in my life or anything, I think it'll be worth it to like be in the career that I want to be in. So.
Okay, gotcha. Hayden, we haven't heard from you yet. Is any of this on your radar?
Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do.
You don't know what you're going to do? What are your interests?
I really don't know that either. I saw something the other day that sparked my interest, engineering and manufacturing. So I could graduate college and get a bachelor's degree and do pretty well there. Or I could just graduate high school and I still have that opportunity. But really, I'm undecided.
Okay. And when you say manufacturing, you mean like actually getting into the manufacturing plant and doing that hard work? Okay. A lot of apprenticeship opportunities are available, so you wouldn't even have to go to college. Is that something you're looking into?
Yes, because college, it's different. It's expensive, and it
can be, sure.
Yeah, it's up there.
Oh yeah.
Student loans and everything, it's just going to be crazy. So it might be, but I am hoping to go to college. So there's always that.
What would be sort of the catalyst deciding between, like, what is it about college that still makes you feel like you got to go there to pursue that career in manufacturing, if that's what you want to do?
It just gives you more opportunities because it really opens up so many more doors for you in your future than just having a high school diploma and a certificate. If you get a bachelor's or a master's degree, you have so many opportunities and you can just do so much more.
Opens up more doors.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. How many of you, I'm going to do another hand-raising question. How many of you are still holding on to your dream job that you've had, for years? Brianna wanted to be a psychiatrist, but now she changed to pediatric medicine. How many of you are still holding on to your dream job? No one. Jade, what was your dream job?
I always wanted to be a doctor just because both of my aunts were doctors, and Well, not like just at like the local doctor's office, but I saw that my other aunt was an RN, and then I kind of just thought that I wanted to do that.
Okay. Why the change?
I feel like a doctor is just so much more schooling than a nurse, and at the Career Center you can go out there and go through the nursing program and do that.
Okay.
And I'd rather do that than just go to college to be a doctor.
Who had a dream job that was just completely a 180 from what they're planning to do now? Or what they want to do after college? Zane, you're thinking about it.
Yeah, a little bit.
What was your dream job?
Like as a little kid or a few years ago?
Little kid?
The original dream job, I wanted to be a farmer really badly.
Okay.
I still would like to be, but there's no way I could do it as a career. Not on my own. No, I've worked on farms. I have a small farm. I live on a small farm. I'd like to keep a small farm. You know, I got a couple tractors, balers, a few horses.
What is it about farming that attracts you?
I like working outside. I like working with equipment. I like seeing the crops grow. I like seeing the animals grow. I like eating the animals after they've grown.
So you're not a vegetarian?
No, God, no.
Happy omnivore. Cool. Now, you still want to get into sort of that mechanic side of thing and working with your hands. That's education that you can apply to farming at some point.
Yeah, and I do a lot of that on my farm. The maintenance is unbelievable, especially when one thing lets down. You can't let one thing let down because it throws you off, especially on a farm my size. If I lose one tractor, I could be in a world of hurt. And so anything I do learn in aircraft maintenance, you know, I can apply that, and I've learned quite a bit from doing other things, but it's not far-fetched. I say when I get older, have a few chickens around the house, maybe a couple cows. It's nice to get steaks after the year.
Sure.
You know, it lasts you the whole year, fill up a freezer. So it's rewarding, but it's not something I could do every day.
Okay, why not? Just the work itself, just because you had the experience?
It's grueling work. It is. I think farmers are the most unappreciated people in America because without them, we wouldn't be eating. It's really hard, especially cattle, dairy cattle, getting up at 4 in the morning to go milk. It's hard, and they work rain or shine, no matter the circumstances. You know, when you go down south, the cotton farms too. That's out in the sun. You know, up early in the mornings on the track. It's hard. It's hard on you. It's hard on your body. It's real expensive. You have one bad harvest season, you could be done for. So you know, and a lot of it's out of your control. You know, if the wind blows the right way, the right day, your seeds could blow out of your field, and there goes your whole season.
There's your crop.
Yeah, there it's all gone. So
let's quickly talk about pursuing the dream that you want to have now. So going into the Air Force, you know, working on the airplanes, are there any obstacles you're facing leading to that goal?
So far, not yet. I've talked to recruiters from many different branches. I think I've talked to one recruiter from each branch now. And I've gone farther with the Air Force than any of the other ones, obviously. And we've done they've got their profile with me. They did the questionnaires, and they're still, the only thing right now is just the basic qualifications that's kind of holding me back, because I've got some physical things that are in question right now that they're not sure that would let me go into the Air Force, because I've had some injuries and whatnot. As of right now, that's it, but things are kind of flying along just fine. You know, I'm honest with them, they're honest with me, and I think it's going pretty smooth.
Any obstacles anyone is facing as far as achieving their goal? James, any obstacles you're facing?
No, I don't believe so.
Nothing right now? How about you, Jade?
I don't think so.
Kara?
Not really.
Wow,
No.
smooth sailing for the younger kids. How about you, Addison?
Nothing much.
Nothing. Laura, any obstacles at all?
No, just graduating.
Just graduating? Okay. Well, so let me counter that question then. Why are there no obstacles? What resources do you feel, whether it's in your school or your community, were available to you to alleviate any obstacles?
Visits to the college. I got to, like, I don't know. It's just gonna be easy because it's right there.
Tell me about your visit to the college. When did you go?
Like
2 weeks ago. I just went and talked to an advisor about like what they offer and stuff, and get it set up for my testing to see like what I'm going to be in next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what did you think of the experience?
It was okay.
Yeah?
I mean, it's going to be scary the first couple months, but...
Has anyone done a college visit yet? Brianna, tell me about it.
I went on Valentine's Day to YSU, and it's a really big campus. Like, it's kind of intimidating how big the campus is, but that was just kind of like to look around and everything. But me and my mom were planning to go visit, just like a one-on-one visit kind of thing, so I can look more into it, because I want to go pre-med with heavy biology, and they didn't really have like the biology wing. They didn't have much open or any teachers down there, so I think if I can go like meet with them, might be a little helpful.
How long you think it'll take to get over that culture shock of being on campus?
I think it's gonna take a while, because like my older sister, she went to Kent Salem, and like it's not big. It's kind of like a smaller campus and everything, and so I think YSU is it's a lot different for sure.
Okay. How about you, Aaron? You had your hand raised for a college visit, I think?
I had visited Kent State, Maine.
Oh, okay.
Last
What did you
summer.
think?
It was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah? What did you learn during your campus visit?
I had anticipated it to be smaller than it actually was, but the campus stretched acres and acres, and I enjoyed it.
Okay. And did you talk to counselors, anything like that while you were there?
No, but I had met with a counselor at Kent Salem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what did you learn from that conversation?
They have a vast amount of degrees to offer, and it's a good college.
Do you feel prepared whenever you're just a junior now, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel that having those visits and your education here, do you feel you're prepared for that next step?
For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. Does everyone feel prepared for the next step? Kind of, sort of, maybe. Let's go hear our seniors. Trenton, do you feel prepared for your next step?
Hopefully so. I feel like I am, but...
Gonna have to be, man. You're graduating soon.
Yeah.
Well, what would make you feel more confident about that next step?
Definitely another college visit, which I'm planning on. It's just a little scary, a little bit at first, but I know most things seem scary, and then it's not as bad as I think. So I just have that to think.
Just got to get over that hump.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. How about you, Cassie?
I don't know. I feel like I've been pretty prepared, like, and also with my family, they're always like supportive about everything, and like I know that if something were to happen, I could like fall back on my family. Like I wouldn't be all alone by myself with everything. So I feel like I can do it if I put my mind to it. There's not really much that's going to hold me back from what I want to do. So.
Do you feel pretty prepared as far as academically or making that cultural shift to college?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be scary being out there all by myself, like without my family like right beside me, because I'm going to stay on campus, and I don't know, I'm kind of wary about staying with a bunch of people that I don't know, but everybody does it, so I think that I'll probably be okay.
Oh yeah, be all right. Kara, you didn't have your hand raised, right? I'm still I scan the room and I kind of remember sometimes. So what would need to happen for you to be prepared for that next jump? I know you're only a...
Well, I mean, I'm kind of 50-50. I feel like I am prepared, but I'm still really nervous. Like I'm afraid I'm going to miss something or miss an opportunity. I don't know.
What would make you feel more confident, make sure you have access to all the opportunities you want?
Well, yeah, like more information, Definitely, I'm still trying to find, I'm like between two colleges. I'm still trying to find like where I want to go. I know what I want to do, but I'm just not sure. Like sometimes I want to stay with my family, but at the same time, I know I'd find more opportunity if I go somewhere else, like out of state.
What kind of opportunities are you looking for?
I've definitely thought of, I'd love to work at NASA, like somewhere like that, like somewhere where there's like an observatory. Because I met someone at John Hopkins. She was like, for a doctorate, she's going in for a doctorate degree in like what I was doing, physics and astronomy, and she was like the director of the whole observatory. She like ran basically the huge telescope there, and I thought that was really cool. I'd love to have a job like that. Like that'd be my dream job.
Was that sort of a defining moment for you, meeting that person?
It was at that point, yeah. But I don't know if I'd want to go to Maryland because I went on vacation there and it's really crowded and all the people there, some of them are pretty weird. So.
Well, yeah, the more people you have, the more chance you're going to meet
Yeah.
something kind of weird. I'm going to come back to that at some point, but Hunter,
Okay.
I want to talk to you because you're getting into the trades too. Do you feel that you're prepared to make that jump?
Yes, but I'd like to do some more research just on like what trade schools are out there and what I can do to maybe get more information and just further my education more.
Where are you looking to get that information?
Career Center. I know there's a place down in Columbus that my dad went to for his. And if I can get a job, some jobs will like pay for you to go to that schooling that you need. So.
Okay. Who prefers the small town as opposed to the big city? Pretty much everybody. Hayden, why the small town?
It's not as crowded, and you really get to know the whole community better instead of just having people every single day. People. It's just, I don't know. I feel like that'd get to somebody eventually after a while.
Is that important to you, just being able to keep your inner circle of people and not have to worry about big crowds?
Yeah, it's just, I feel like it's more calming because if there's more people, then it's more stress. And it's a lot more problems, and like there's so much more things going on than having a small town like this. So it's just, I feel like it'd be a lot better.
Gotcha. Jay, do you agree?
I do agree because just growing up in Lisbon and it being like a small community and everyone knowing everyone, I feel like I would be more comfortable just like keeping it small than just going from this to something big would be a big jump for me.
What if there's an incredible opportunity in some big metropolitan?
Well, then I would take it.
You would take it?
Yeah. I'm not, it's not that I'm scared, I just love that everyone knows everyone and just keeping everyone close is just important to me.
Gotcha. Cassie, do you agree?
Yeah, I think that in small towns there's like support systems, like everyone knows everybody, like everybody can come together when things go wrong. So like in bigger areas I feel like sometimes that would still happen, but it's just better to know your surroundings better than if there's a bunch of people everywhere. It's kind of hard to gauge everything that's going on. So
now, who wants the big city? Anyone want the big city? Okay. James?
I would probably say that, well, when I was a little kid, I thought that, well, Lisbon was so small, I was like, I want to go here, I want to go there. And now I'm kind of like, well, I want to stay in Lisbon, but I kind of want to go to like bigger cities or Pittsburgh, something like that. I feel like that I could get used to it, but I am going to miss Lisbon because I have friends, family, stuff like that, and I'm really going to miss everyone if I do leave.
Got you. A lot of people are talking about family. What about, I'm just going to throw this out there, what about amenities? Certain recreational things or you know, fine dining, anything like that. Is that important to anyone for where you want to live and work? No? Okay.
I would like to live somewhere nice, but I don't know. That's not really what everything's about. I feel like it's nicer to have just a place where you can call home and it doesn't have to be all extravagant and amazing. I mean, some people, you can like that type of thing, but I haven't lived in the best houses growing up, and it sort of just made me like what I have and, you know, give thanks to the little things. So,
right on. Lisbon has what you need.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. Another thing Kara brought up that was interesting was the person that she met that was kind of the catalyst to defining what she wanted to do. Anyone else have a similar story? Maybe a family member or a friend or another professional that you met that was doing something that really sparked that interest? I'm going to start calling on people. Aaron.
My uncle owns a local business here in Lisbon, and my aunt does all the bookworking. So growing up, I was in her office helping her. So she really made an impact on what I want to go into in the future.
What is about her career that made that impact?
She just, the way that she does what she does, she just makes it seem so effortless, but there's so much that goes into it.
Mm-hmm. Now, are you interested in doing accounting for someone, or do you look to go into business for yourself?
I've looked both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And which do you think you're going to prefer?
Probably working for myself.
Okay.
I can see myself going either way, though.
What is it about being an entrepreneur that interests you?
I think that there's more leeway as far as where you want to go with the business. Like, if I were working for someone else, there wouldn't be as much control. Not that I'm anxious for control, but I think that being your own boss would be something that is available to pursue.
Sure. Do you feel that being an entrepreneur, starting your own business, especially if you stay in Lisbon, do you think that would have a different kind of impact on the community than just working for someone else? Have you thought about that?
On this community?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah?
Another thing would be the difficulty of seeing your demographics when starting a business. If there's already 3 accounting firms in an area, people already have their clientele. So that would be another factor in choosing whether I go being employed or starting my own business. It could go either way.
Sure. Okay. Very cool. Brianna, do you look to start your own practice once you get your pediatric license?
I mean, it's been a thought, but like I'm not sure that that's something I want to do. Only because like that, to be a pediatric, like that's a lot of work in and of itself, and like it's just a lot of commotion, I guess. But to have like your own like practice and everything, like I don't know. I guess it's just a lot more to figure out than just pediatrics itself is. So
Sure, you got to run a business.
yeah.
Anyone else thinking that running a business might be something you want to consider? No? Okay. Guys I'm running out of questions. Well, let's broach that topic then. What am I not asking? Zane.
I got something.
Sure.
I don't think that high schools do a good enough job pushing trades and military.
Why is that?
Because I'm a junior coming up here a week or so. I'm taking the ACT. It's all I've heard about since I was a freshman. ACT, 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 ACT. I took the ASVAB and it practically changed my life. Even if you don't want to go into the military, I think taking the ASVAB is just as important, if not more important, than the ACT, because that'll really open your eyes to what you're good at versus what you're interested in and how well you'd fare. And I think, honestly, in this area, there's a lot of great opportunities with the trades and whatnot. Plenty of apprenticeships, pipe fitting, iron workers, welding's huge. There's a lot of machining opportunities. I just don't think they do a good enough job pushing it. I understand, college is the big thing. It's where all the millionaires, all the billionaires get their starts. But without the trade jobs and what we have, there wouldn't be any of that.
So I'll challenge you. What could schools do to push those options better?
I think they push college visits, maybe job shadowing days. I'm not sure if we have that here at Lisbon or not, but job shadowing. And I know we take our sophomores out to the County Career Center once to show them around, but I think bringing people in that work in the trades, and then bringing people in for the apprenticeships and the unions and whatnot, and talking to people and just exposing them to what else there is to offer, because there's not just more than college. There's plenty of, and that's not to say that even if you go to college you can't get into that. My dad went to college and he's now head of maintenance out of FCI. But I think there's different routes other than college, and a lot of people are stressed out that they don't know what they want to do. So they just go to YSU or Kent Salem or whatever other college and pick a cheap major because they don't know what they want to do when there's good opportunities elsewhere.
Do you think there's a stigma with those options?
Yeah, I think a little bit.
Yeah.
Because everybody my age wants to go to YSU. Everybody, whatever. Nobody in the big picture, nobody likes to work with there are some people that like to work with their hands, but as I look, my grandparents' generation, everybody trades, and then you go to my parents, it kind of split. Now everybody's going to college. I think there's also kind of a bad label on people who go to trades, and And, you know, I get it from people, you know, oh, you're a career center kid and whatnot. You know, people give me that. You know, they label everybody who goes into trades as they're not skilled enough, they're not smart enough to go to college, they don't have enough money. But I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
I think that's another thing that discourages people from it too. It's just a label.
I'm going to put the question to my freshmen then, and we'll go down the line. Addison, now that you're starting high school, do you feel you're getting more encouragement toward college, or a balance between college and trades and military and other options?
Personally, I want to go to college, so I feel like I definitely look more into college. So with things like that, I definitely look more into college, but I'm not opposed to going to a trade school or something like that. But I feel like we do get kind of encouraged towards more college just because we don't hear about things like that, and maybe we do, and I just like haven't been paying attention just because I'm kind of like I kind of know what I want to do already. So, but I think they do a good job with kind of telling about both.
Okay, what about you, Hayden?
I've always been pushed towards college more, I feel like, because at home there's always been the option of going to trade, because it's something good. People are going to need it soon, like it's coming back into like heavy effect. So I've always been sort of even with both of them, mostly college though, because I guess people always see that as like more of a door opener as opposed to trade, when really both of them are really good in the sense that it's jobs that are in need and that have, you know, decent pay. It's a good thing to get into either way. So I do agree with saying that colleges probably do get pushed more than trade, and that in the sense that trade is also equal to college, it should get pushed about the same.
Okay. How about you, James?
I feel like college and trade should both be pushed because, like, for me, it doesn't matter what I do as long as that I like it or something like that. But, like, I feel like that college and trade should be important as college because they can both be useful. Like, yeah.
Okay. Anyone else want to weigh in on this topic? Brianna?
I mean, I agree with Zane, and he said about, like, the military's not pushed enough. Like, at one point, I had the idea of being, like, going in for, like just being a doctor in one of the branches, like, doing something like that, and it wasn't pushed enough. Like, yeah, we have, we have college representatives come, and we have, different representatives from each of the branches come. Like, they've been set up outside of the cafeteria some days. But I definitely think college is pushed. Like, it's the image. Like, you're supposed to go to college. You're supposed to do that. And I definitely agree with Zane. Like, it's not everybody needs to go to college. Not everybody should be pushed toward college because, I mean, we need people who can do agricultural stuff. We need the farmers. We need people who can work on plumbing and electric and stuff like that. It's definitely important too. So,
if there was more of a push, do you think it would have changed your mind?
I think so. I'm possibly, because I mean, my mom plays a big role in it. I've said about going to be, work medical for one of the branches, and it scares her. So I think that kind of plays a big role in it. But I think if it was pushed more, like military or trades were pushed more, it might have changed things a little bit.
Not too late to shift gears now.
I've thought about it. So, I mean, yeah, okay. It's still an option, but not so much of one anymore.
Okay. Hunter, you had your hand raised.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I think like how we have people come in from colleges and even the branches of the military to talk to us. I think it'd be nice if we had like some people from the trades come in and could tell us more about it. That way you just have more knowledge on it. But like my mom went to college and I think for accounting, and my dad went and learned a trade, and my mom's not even working in what she went to college for, so I don't want to be paying debt on college where I'm not even working in what I paid to learn.
Gotcha.
Things like that.
All right. We kind of dipped in the community a little bit earlier, but I'll just open the floor to you guys. Do you feel connected to the Lisbon community? And when I say connected to the community, what do you think I mean? What do you think I mean, Cassie?
Just like knowing what's going on around everything, like knowing the people and like the problems that's happening in our area, just like being aware of everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you're a part of the community?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Very good. Does anyone feel not connected to the community? Oh, good. Do you think if there was a concern or anything like that, well, let me open the floor to that then. Are there any concerns you have with the community? None. All right. Any final thoughts? Aaron.
All right. To the current working generation, maybe the people that are closer to retirement, that are a little bit leery on our generation, I feel that the way that we think and learn is very different opposed to the current methods and whatnot, because I look at companies like Microsoft giving people days off and their productivity goes up. So I think that the ways that we think and that we've been accustomed to in high school is very different. So just to them, thank you for paving the way and give us a chance.
Sure. Now, kind of what you're getting at is there's a little bit of a generational difference.
I believe so.
Between the cultures.
Yeah.
What would you say is the biggest hindrance? Like why that, like with that being the case, what is that hindering?
I think technology has really changed the way that we learn and develop and work. The workplace is becoming more automated with computer technology, so we're able to work differently to achieve the same goal, kind of.
Do you feel that the older generation is giving younger generations an appropriate opportunity, an appropriate chance?
I feel like there's like a stereotype on the younger generation not being ready to go out and work, but I don't believe that's the case 100% of the time, because with just the ways that we work, it's just different, and they need to give us a chance.
What are some ways that you feel that we could sort of meet in the middle and come to an agreement?
Trying to educate them, I don't feel as effective because they've been doing what they've been doing for so many years. But kind of just that transition. We've got a big transitional moment with technology right now, as far as just computer software, and I feel that that's being pushed right now. So.
Okay. Trenton, you were nodding your head. Do you agree?
I think what would go along with that is social media too. That's a big factor with a lot of the disconnect. Pretty much Facebook, I think, would be a pretty good meeting ground for a lot of the generations. A lot of older generations can
using Facebook more to kind of communicate. You agree, Cassie?
Yeah, I think that there's definitely a stereotype on like the younger generations of how like we base our lives from social media, like relationships are from that, like everything is online. I feel like that gives us better opportunities, not like taking away from like still being person to person. Like that still happens, like it's still a thing. It's just easier to connect with people online and then meet. Like I feel like there's a stereotype where they're like, wow, that's really bad, don't do that, but like it's helpful.
And I'll go ahead and let's give James the final word. Do you agree that there's a stereotype, you know, now that you're kind of staring down the barrel of your high school career and then eventually getting into college?
I do feel like that there is, because that you have people that have been doing the same thing like day after day after day, and then all of a sudden it just changes. You have people that are using these new things and it just seems different to you. It seems weird to the other people. Then you have us, which is using the new technology. It can be different, but I feel like that they could use it, but if they don't want to, they don't have to.
Do you think there's a stereotype in the other direction?
Maybe. I mean, like I said, that people can learn to use our technology, but if they don't want to, they don't have to. They can stick with their old ways, whatever they want to do. That's what they want to do.
Okay. Get one more final thought to close it out. Anyone want to add into that?
I think going Based off of what they said, I mean, like, yeah, there's definitely a stereotype against, like, the younger generation. Like, some of us don't want to go out and we don't want to get jobs and we don't want to work because we're so into, like, the video games and, like, the technology and everything. But, like, the majority of us do. Like, we are ready to go, and even if it changes the way the older generation is doing things, we're still, I mean, and like James said, if they don't want to change and, like, use all of our technology, they don't have to. I mean, it's their option and everything. But instead of, like, saying, oh yeah, well, the younger generation is just going to ruin everything, like, give us the chance to show that we're not, like, we're ready for what's ahead of us, for sure. Okay. So
I think that's a good place to leave it. Guys, this has been an awesome conversation. Thank you so much.
You can find more content from our student panels and our Brain Gain program under the Brain Gain tab at businessjournaldaily.com.
717 Credit Union. Business services designed to meet your daily needs. Commercial loans, business deposits, merchant and payroll services. 717 Credit Union. It's knowing you were treated right every time.